What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of the Rays video. Sorry I'm a little late on this. This preview's been up for at least an hour now, if not two. I was actually out at the gym and stuff, doing some errands and stuff, when this dropped, and I watched it while I was out, and I freaked the heck out. I've kind of calmed down now as to what was shown to us, because I did not expect it. But we're going to go over everything real quick, and it's been a little bit of time so I can kind of explain things better with the information we know. So let's start. This is obviously the preview for the 9th month of the year, which is September. And so I'll preface this right here by saying this. The only thing that's not shown in this trailer is the story chapter, who we're getting, and what it's going to be about. A lot of people are speculating that it might be like an adult form for Karya. You know how kind of like Kokus has his, not really adult form, but like full body form. So people are expecting that we may get something with that. However, we're going to hop into this, and we're going to go over everything real quick. Obviously, the story chapter, by the way, to also add on to that, will be shown at the Tokyo Game Show stuff. They have a trailer for Tales of the Rays slated there on the 15th, which is 9 days from now. So let's go over this real quick. So we got our usual intro for Farid's Requiem. They'll tell us about the 100 plus characters. Oh, now they're showing 120. So I guess every like 20 characters, they're gonna like increase it. So this is probably what we're gonna get first. Alright, so that's Angie, or Ange. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. And then we already knew about this if you saw my previous video talking about Beryl. So we're getting one character from each thing there. And that explains why the two seasonals for this are who they are. You can tell by the silhouettes that that is Spada and Hisui. So those will be the two seasonals. So that's your first event, presumably. Things could change based on what comes after this, and I'll kind of explain that. But presumably this will probably be the first event. So on the 13th, when the current event ends, this is probably the one that will start. So pretty much a week from today. So that's actually, so it should be, well, let me think. Yeah, it'll be a rainbow event, because Hearts is red anima, and then Innocence is brown anima. So it'll be a rainbow event. Cool. This is what I'm very excited for. So it's basically saying here 3 new spirit gears. This is out of left field. No one expected Kyle. We hadn't even seen preliminary artwork for him, and he, as you can see, he has Sylph as his spirit gear. So that's obviously going to be his spirit gear artwork right here. And then we got Sophie. Sophie we knew about because we saw in the what was it? I think it was in Tails' room. They showed off some characters in the next arc that would be getting alternate outfits. And then Sophie gets Asuka, which I was actually surprised about. This is where I freaked out. I was in my car and I was screaming my head off at this. The fact that Ratatosk is getting a spirit gear. But here's the thing. Is his spirit gear himself? Like, that's what people are kind of questioning right now, is whether or not Ratatosk is equipping himself. Because he's, his element is darkness. As, kind of explained with, like, Tenebrae and everything. So, is he equipping himself, or is he just equipping Shadow? That's the real question here. But I'm blown away that, I think it was, like, February or March that no, because it was the second chapter, right? So it should have been February, where we got Emil's Overray. But that was obviously for Emil, that wasn't for Ratatosk. This is a Ratatosk, even though they both share the same slot. This is a Ratatosk spirit gear, so I guess they really wanted to kind of buff him up, because obviously he only had his regular Mirage art year 1 when he came with his event, and then he got nothing until we're into the 3rd year. So I guess they wanted to... I guess their original plan was to give him a spirit gear, but then they're like, okay, he only has one Mirage Art, so before we come out with his spirit gear, we need to come out with the second Mirage Art, which is why they implemented his overray a few months ago and then just waited for this. So that banner, all three of those characters, I want to pull their stuff. Kyle is the only one that's kind of iffy for me because I don't have any Mirage Arts for him, and it's really unfortunate they don't put Mirage Arts on these banner. It's unfortunate and it's fortunate. It's fortunate because if you get a Rainbow Orb, you're getting one of the 3 Spirit Gears on there, because all they have are the new 5 stars, and they have the mirror. Obviously, they have 4 stars and 3 stars, but the only new stuff, everyone will get a new 5 star, and then they get their 3 new Spirit Gears. So it's only 6 pieces of equipment you're really chasing. And then right here will be the second event, where it has all 3 Kanonos. We have Earhart in the middle, we have Pasca on the right, and we have Grass Valley on the left, who are all going to be getting decisive Mirage Arts, which is really cool. And then, someone I didn't expect this soon, we are getting Lazarus, who was actually the antagonist in Asteria a little while back. I mean, obviously they're from the Kanonos game, but in recent news. Oh god, that creepy face. I remember seeing that in Asteria. So, obviously, they didn't show off the story chapter. Now, here's a couple things I want to talk about. They could have very easily just done a complete Hearts event. But I think the thing is, they want to save... Because, obviously, Hisui is getting his Spirit Gear before Shing, but Shing's been around longer. I think they're saving Shing to get an Overray. Did I say Overray? Okay, Hisui's getting a seasonal. I don't remember if I said it correctly or not, but Shing is probably going to get an Overray in one of these last few story chapters. I don't think he'll be this month, but I could totally see maybe next month Shing being the one that gets an Overray. And it seems like that's what they're kind of leading up to, because if he was going to get a seasonal, they would have just kept all the Hearts characters together to do that. So I think that's the case with that. And I don't know what they're doing with Ruka. You know, Spada's getting a seasonal. Iria already has hers. Pretty much all the other Innocence characters that are in the game already have their seasonals. So I'm wondering what they're doing with Ruka, if he might be getting an Overray as well. Or maybe he's getting a decisive Mirage Art soon, whenever they do the next, actual boss raid, whoever it's going to be. So that'll be interesting to see. But other than that, that's pretty much everything for the preview. So to kind of break things down, because obviously we're technically getting 3 events this month. We have the first event, which is going to be the Hearts and Innocence kind of co-collab. I don't know if I'd really call it a collab, just event. So I think that'll be the event that starts next week. But then like halfway through that, so maybe around like the 18th or 19th, I think the Spirit Gear event might start, and it'll bleed into next month, because that's kind of what they did with the last one, where it was just an all-month thing. You could farm it when you had time. So I think the Spirit Gear event will start shortly after that. Or it might even start before it. We may get the Spirit Gear event first. We might get the Spirit Gear sometime early next week. So what's today? It's Friday now. So I could see maybe like Tuesday or Wednesday it's starting, so around like the 10th. And then just have it go until the 30th. So you get 20 days to farm that event. Because by now everyone should have already farmed everything they need from this raid event. So I could totally see the Spirit Gear event just starting like that, because they have to fit it in somewhere, because people aren't going to want to farm the Spirit Gears while an event is going on that they have to farm as well. That's too much farming, because then you got to pick and choose. So if they start the Spirit Gear event first, and everyone gets done what they need to get done for the basic event stuff right away, then they can start focusing on the other stuff. And then the second event, obviously the 3 Kanonos and Lazarus, will probably be around the 30th, 31st, like it usually is. Now, for the story chapter, like I said before, it's going to be shown at TGS. They're obviously going to save that. They also have an Asteria and Christoria trailer to show us, so that'll be interesting to see, as well as Tales of Arise, all of which I'll be covering when they drop, so make sure you're on the lookout for that on the 15th. The 15th is going to be a busy day for the channel, so I apologize for the 3 or 4 videos you'll get that day. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys are most excited for. Me, personally, I'm skipping the Heart/Innocence thing. I'm not spending a single diamond. I think what I'm going to do is... Because Emil is farmable. I think if I don't pull Emil's Spirit Gear within 4 multis, I'm going to stop and then just farm him. Because I don't want to spend everything, because I do want to pull for the Kononos as well. I actually had this thought last night where I was like, oh, I can spend 1 multi on Grass Valley's banner, and I almost did it, but then I thought to myself, it's like, it's been like a year, they're probably going to get something new soon. So that banner was complete bait. That rerun event was complete bait to get fans to spend before the Kononos come back with new stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much how I'm looking at things. So I'll spend like 3 or 4 multis. If I pull Emil like in the first multi on the Spirit Gear event, then I'm good. I'll stop there, because I can farm up Sophie and Kyle on the side like I do with the other characters. But yeah, and then I'll probably put 2 or 3 multis into the Konono banner, because I have Mirage Arts for Grass Valley and Earhart. I don't have anything for past Konono, so anything I can get for all 3 of them, and I'd love to pull Lazarus as well, would be great. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys are going to be pulling for down below if you're pulling it all this month. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.